What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm here today with the coolest kind of jazzy or fusiony or rocky or metal-y guitar, the award-winning G300 by Cort. I'm massively into this, loving this thing. I'm going to tell you why. So it's a compound radius fretboard, which means that you're going to have a great time playing chords up at this end and then have a great time as well playing lead guitar up here due to the way that the fretboard is radiused. So it's like kind of a little bit curved up here and then gets flatter as it goes down, which is a great feature. The neck profile itself is called Ergo V, which I'm guessing stands for ergonomic V. It doesn't feel very much like a sort of V-neck. It just feels very comfortable to play. I've played some V-necks before that you can definitely feel the pronounced kind of like, not pointiness, but that V shape. But with this, yeah, it kind of molds to your hand really nicely and it enables you to play quite fluidly and fluently. Set of lovely Seymour Duncan pickups in this guitar. I've got a TB4 in the bridge and an SB, I can't remember it. I'm going to say it one more time. There's a set of Seymour Duncan pickups in this guitar, which is very, very cool. You don't see Seymour Duncans on a lot of the sort of Ibanez guitars or anything that we get in, so to have them feature on a guitar like this is something that I'm really happy about. Get to play around with them and have a listen to what they sound like, and so far I'm really impressed. SH2N neck pickup, very smooth but can still sound very sparkly as well with the clever little coil split that they've put in on this one here. It's just activating that there. With this position, actually, it's worth mentioning, you're getting this coil and this coil, so this one and this one, which I like a lot. It sounds great. It has a lot of bite to it, a lot of clarity, a lot of definition. You get sort of like that crystal clear, awesome kind of cutting sound from the clean tone. If you add a little bit of gain to it as well, it sweetens it up really nicely, cuts through really well. Sounds great. It's got a basswood body with a solid maple top. It says solid maple on the website, which is really cool. So that's a nice feature. You've got a lot of veneer tops on cheaper instruments, whereas this is kind of like one of Cort's kind of fancier models, I guess, because yeah, solid top's going to say that, I suppose. Very lovely feature to have to add a bit of crispness and bite to the basswood body, which is, you know, quite a transparent sounding, kind of warm, not too sort of like leaning towards either end of the spectrum, but you get that nice top end from the maple top there, making this guitar sound ultra crisp and defined. Graphtec nut, keeping everything nicely in tune alongside these awesome Locking tuners, no, I had to look there to see if they were branded, but they're just Cort ones. But it makes a big difference anyway having these on the guitar. Didn't have to tune this guitar very much when doing the demo material today, which is always a good sign. Got lumen lay markers on the fretboards as well, keeping you where you need to be even on the most dimly lit of stages, which is a lovely touch, makes it seem a bit more professional, like a gigging guitar. There's bolt-on neck construction with a roasted maple neck. Seems to be a lot of the guitars that we're going for these days have roasted maple necks on the channel. I think that's a testimony to them being sort of like our favourite necks in terms of how the necks feel. Tons and tons of clarity and tons of options with this guitar in terms of the switching and just the sounds overall. I mean, there's nothing crazy, there's nothing nuts going on with the controls, just a tone and a volume, but simple tone and volume control is nice. I'm big into that. I don't like messing around with different tone dials, or push-pull can sometimes even be a little bit much. I like the fact that the switch is here, everything's where it needs to be. The trem on this guitar sounded really nice and was really stable as well. Didn't go out of tune while I was playing it. It's a 2-point trem as well. I don't really use bars very much, but I can imagine someone having a great time with this, being able to do all kinds of effects with the trem arm, and the guitar staying really nicely in tune thanks to the combination of the nut, the tuners, and this lovely trem all together. Great stuff. I'd recommend it for any session musician or gigging musician that's going around doing a lot of work but doesn't mind a guitar that they don't mind getting banged up too bad, because yeah, it's not costing thousands, but it's got the kind of features that remind me of the sort of thing where it's kind of tailored to do everything that you throw at it, like from that whole sort of like fusion to jazz to metal to clean stuff to rock or whatever. Yeah, it's just kind of like a jack of all trades, a real jack of all trades, this one, which is, you know, this is what everyone wants really out of a guitar, something you can do everything. Yeah, final verdict, I'd say this is great. It's definitely not the sort of normal guitar that I'd go for in terms of sort of like the hardware. I like really high output pickups and sort of like really striking looks, but if you want something a bit more subdued and kind of classic looking, I mean, you can't get much better than that. It's got a real kind of sleek, kind of sexy look to it that's a bit different and very nice. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and checking out this awesome Cort G300 with me. If you like what you see on the channel, please subscribe, as it helps us out massively. And if you've got any questions or you want to throw any feedback in there, please respond in the comments below. Don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and see you again next time.